Hey, my name is Russell Brunson, and I want to welcome you to the Black Box. Now, the Black Box is a simple 3-step funnel to help you sell almost anything without actually selling anything. Now, I'm not sure about you, but if you're like me, you've got a message you like to share, or maybe you just like money, but you don't really like selling stuff that much. And if that's the case, then I think what I've got to share with you today is really going to get you excited. So this is what the Black Box funnel looks like. And in this short video, I'm going to walk you through each of the steps and how it works and why it works. And I think by the end, you're going to see exactly how this is going to work for your business. Now, before we go on, I want to just really quickly mention this is not a sales video. At the end of this, there's not going to be an add to cart button that pops up. In fact, this video is different because this video might actually lead to me giving you money. You see, I get hit up at least a dozen times a day from people begging me to promote their products or their services because they know that just one email from my list could change their financial future forever. Yet I have to say no to almost every single one of them. But if you follow the instructions during this video, then there's a very good chance that I'm actually going to be begging to partner with you on your new funnel. But before we get to that, let me explain why we're even here. Again, my name is Russell Brunson, and this is a picture of me passed out at a Dan Kennedy seminar. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know who Dan Kennedy is. He's kind of the grandfather of the whole direct response marketing industry. Look at any of the top internet marketers in pretty much any industry. They look at Dan as kind of the founder of direct response marketing. And at one of his recent seminars, Dan was putting together this huge event for 3 days. There was over 1,200 people there. And I don't know if Dan just didn't want to work hard or what, but he actually had me speak on stage for 6 hours, which, by the way, was 2 hours longer than he spoke at his own seminar. And between my sessions, I was so tired, I passed out. Somebody snapped a picture with their phone, turned into a poster that very quickly afterwards became viral and went all over the internet. But anyway, that's me passed out at a Dan Kennedy seminar. And Dan wanted me to come speak at his seminar because I own a company called .com Secrets, and we help people to start and grow their businesses online. But the reason why my company is different than any of the other internet marketing training companies out there in the world is we actually make more money outside of the internet marketing coaching niche than we do inside of it. Yes, I actually do this stuff for real. We have real businesses. We have a supplement business right now that makes way more than our internet marketing coaching business. I kind of do the internet marketing coaching stuff because it's fun and I have a chance to go do really cool stuff like speak at Dan Kennedy's event. I had a chance because of that business to get to meet Richard Brunson. In fact, Richard Brunson actually awarded us our own plane. And here's a picture of it. It's kind of small there, but if you look close, you can see it says .com Secrets Air on the side of it. So if you fly Virgin Airlines, always look on the plane before and you might see our company's airplane there the next time you board a Virgin airline, which is kind of cool. It was a cool honor from Sir Richard Brunson. And also I had a chance to speak at Tony Robbins' event out in Fiji. This is a picture of my family, and this was one of the coolest things. We're actually at his home in Fiji, and this picture is taken on top of the roof. We're sitting up there on one of their beds on the roof overlooking the ocean, and it was one of the coolest experiences ever. But I had a chance to go speak to Tony's Business Mastery event and teach his audience about internet marketing, which was a ton of fun for me. And that's kind of why I do this whole internet marketing coaching stuff, because it opens up some really cool doors for me, and I get a chance to meet some cool people like Tony. Now, recently, some of you guys may have seen, we kind of took the internet by storm. We created a book that took 108 of our proven split test winners from all the different markets that we're in, from our supplements, from our information products, from all the stuff we're doing, and we put it in a book. In this book, we literally were originally going to sell it for $997, and we decided just to give it away for free. And when we did this, I had people all around the industry, my friends, our customers, going crazy because nobody in our community has ever been willing to share their split tests with anybody else, especially for free. But we really wanted to show everybody that we care about this community. We wanted to help everybody's businesses grow. So we gave this book away for free. People paid $10 to ship it out to them, and they got 108 of our proven split test winners. I'm guessing you probably got this book. That's probably why you're watching this video. And if not, you should just go Google it. This book will change your business forever, and it's free. Now, inside this book, I show you our top converting ads, our squeeze pages, our sales pages, our order forms, our upsell flow, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Literally over $1 million worth of testing was put into this book that we gave you guys away for free, and it was pretty awesome. Now, literally, we spent years testing every single element on all of our different pages, and that's where this book came from. But I remember about 6 months ago, I sat down and I realized that there was one thing that we hadn't actually tested. Okay, are you curious what that one thing was? Because this one thing led to more money than any of the split tests inside of that book. We realized that we had split tested everything except I hadn't split tested my sales funnel. Okay, it's kind of a different concept. I thought all the elements inside the sales funnel I had tested, but not my entire sales funnel. For years, I had literally been using the same sales funnel over and over and over again, and it had worked. But just like my landing pages, I wondered, what if there was something better? What if there was a better sales funnel out there that I just didn't know about yet? And so that literally began a journey that, just like my landing pages, we started testing a whole bunch of different things. And I got to tell you, what happened next shocked me. Now, I literally had been using some tried and true sales funnels that tons of the gurus have been talking about for years. In fact, I just looked at them, modeled what they were doing, and we started kind of doing the exact same thing. And it was kind of cool because it had worked for me for all this time, but I had never actually put it in an A/B split test with any other type of funnel. And so we decided to go do that, and we tested a couple different funnels. And one day, one of my marketing buddies called me up and said, "Hey, I got an idea for this funnel. You should try it out." He did it. It worked really well. I tried it out. And sure enough, the funnel that I had been relying on for years, probably the same funnel you're relying on if you've got one right now, it failed me. This new funnel didn't just beat it, but it beat it badly. And at first I was a little upset, but then it kind of made me laugh because I realized that for years people have been blindly following everybody else and just kind of doing what everybody else has been doing. And it wasn't until this new sales funnel I'm going to be sharing with you guys that we started using it. We had this huge paradigm shift, and literally it changed our business almost overnight. And the people we've had a chance to share it with have had the same results. And I'm going to show you some of their results here in a minute. But it kind of made me laugh because I started thinking about how much money people are losing. So my question for you is, how much money is your sales funnel costing you right now? Okay, now I'd never asked myself that question, and I found out later that I'd lost millions of dollars because I'd never looked at what I was doing in a different, unique way, like I'm going to show you guys right now during this video. And if you don't have a sales funnel yet, I want to make sure that you're setting it up the right way the first time. You're going to save yourself years of trial and error. Okay? Now this is what the black box looks like. As you notice, there's 3 basic steps. Step number 1 is a free plus shipping buyer magnet. Step number 2 is what we call the invisible funnel. And step number 3 I call the takeaway application. Now, before I kind of break down how all of these different pieces work, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, was this going to even work for my type of business? And so I want to address that right now. So this is the 4 types of businesses that this model works for the best. The first are product owners. Okay, if you've got a software company, you're selling physical products, you're selling something through e-commerce, this black box funnel will work for you. Number 2, if you're an author or speaker or coach, or you have some kind of message that you need to get out into the world, the black box funnel is by far the best mechanism I know to get your message out to the masses. And the coolest thing about it is that while you're doing that, you don't ever feel like you're selling anybody anything. You're giving things for free, you're giving a ton of value, and in exchange, you make a lot of money coming back the other direction. That's what's so cool about the black box funnel. Number 3 is network marketers. Now, some of you guys know my background. I'm into network marketing. I'm the #1 money earner in 2 different companies right now. And last year I won a brand new Ferrari inside of one of my network marketing companies. And the black box funnel is one of the tools that we use to promote our opportunities. So if you're into network marketing, this funnel I'm going to share with you will work for that type of business. And then last, if you're in any kind of like real business, so I mean real business, I mean like a dentist or a chiropractor, or you're selling financial services or something that's more traditional. If you use this black box funnel, you will be blown away at how much a better job it is at acquiring leads and converting those leads into customers in a really cool, exciting way that people don't feel like they're getting sold. They just feel like they're getting a ton of value. And that's what's so exciting about the black box funnel. All right, so let me come back down to the 3 steps now. Step number 1, as you remember from our graph, is you need to create a free plus shipping offer. Now, my most recent free plus shipping offer is this book, 108 Proven Split Test Winners. Okay, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Now, this book has literally transformed our business. I look at every free plus shipping offer as bait, and you create the bait that will attract the type of customer and client that you want to have. And so for us, we wanted to sell a $25,000 person mastermind group. So what we did is we figured out what bait could we create that type of person, our dream client, would want the most. And that's where we came up with this book. Okay. Now, right now, we're currently spending about $10 to give away one of these books. Okay. And somebody's got to pay shipping and handling, so they become a buyer to me. Now, immediately after they purchase that book, on average, we're making another $39.60 per person. Okay, that's immediately during the point of sale while they're buying. But on top of that, we're using this black box funnel we're sharing with you, and usually within a week or so, we get people to send up to our high-end mastermind groups. And so far, just in the few months since we launched this, we've already filled an entire mastermind group at $25,000 per person. Okay, and again, I'm going to show you that process here throughout the black box funnel. But just know that by me giving away one of my best products for free, it attracted my dream customers. And then by using the black box funnel, we were able to send them up to our high-end coaching programs. Pretty exciting, don't you guys think? All right, so again, that was step number 1 here in the black box. Now, step number 2, as you can see, is what we call the invisible funnel. Now, the invisible funnel is a concept that was initially created by one of my friends and business partners. His name is Dagan Smith, and we were sitting down thinking about what's a cool way that we can provide a ton of value to our audience and still make money, but not make them feel like they're being sold. And he came up with this idea that he called the invisible funnel, and it's literally one of the greatest tools that I have in my business right now. Some of you guys have probably been on our invisible funnel webinars. Okay, basically they're a webinar where somebody can come on and they don't pay any money up front. They put a credit card in. They attend a webinar that usually ends up being 3 or 4 hours where we're sharing our best stuff and just giving and sharing our message with the world. And at the end of it, they have a chance to decide if they want to purchase or not. Now, if you structure this correctly, you can make a ton of money doing it. If you do it incorrectly, you'll make absolutely $0 doing it. In fact, a lot of the initial people who saw what we were doing tried to model it, and it completely backfired, and they didn't make any. Like literally, if you do it wrong, you'll make $0. It's not like you'll make less money. They did it wrong, and they finished the campaign. And they made $0. But the people who actually came to an event that Dagan and I did, and we walked them through this invisible funnel process, they made a lot of money. Now, I'm going to show you some case studies of people who were at that event. All 4 of these people were at the event. Now, this event we put on for people who were some of the top gurus and some of the top industries online, some of the best weight loss gurus, real estate gurus, financial people, and we had them come to this event where we showed them the invisible funnel for the very first time. And since then, we've never really talked about it. In fact, most people still don't know what the invisible funnel is, but here are a couple people who were in the room and had success with it. The first one here is Brittany Watkins. Now, Brittany's one of my favorite stories because she's in the weight loss industry. And most people have always told me that you can't sell high-ticket things in the weight loss industry. But she went and she took this invisible funnel concept after the first day of our event. She went up to her hotel room. She sent out an email to her list, which is not a huge list. Sent the email out. She put together an invisible funnel that night. And by the end of the weekend, she'd made $89,230 by using this invisible funnel. And the coolest thing about the invisible funnel, you guys, when you do it the right way, your audience, the people who are giving you money, they don't feel like they're being sold anything, and that's the best thing about it. Never has the happiness of my customers gone up more than when we started using the invisible funnel. Okay, so it's just a really cool way to spread your message, and Brittany used it to make a lot of money while she was doing it. Next guy here is Vince Reed. If any of you guys are into network marketing, you know Vince. He's a big network marketer, makes a ton of money, has built some huge teams, and he decided to test out the invisible funnel after our event. First try out the gate, $174,771. Not too shabby. Next guy here is Carlos, and Carlos is one of my favorite case studies because Carlos doesn't live here in America. His audience, the people he's selling to, don't live here in America either. He lives in Mexico, and the audience he's selling to lives in Mexico. And what's interesting about it is that most of the people that buy from him don't have that much money, and they don't like being sold to. And so he saw the invisible funnel and said, this is perfect for me. I can get my message out there. I can sell people in a cool way. They don't feel like they're being sold, and maybe I can make some money while I'm doing it. Okay, Carlos in the last 6 months made $198,000 using the invisible funnel. Okay, not too shabby. And the last case study here is a guy named Greg Davis. Now, Greg is a rock star, literally. His business is called the Affiliate Rockstar, and he decided to do a little invisible funnel style webinar to his audience. And his very first one, he did $210,000. Okay. Now I want to mention something here. All 4 of these people here, they did have some type of audience. Okay. They had lists from anywhere from 10,000 people up to 100,000 people, and that's how they were able to pull up numbers that big that quickly. So if you already have an audience, you can literally take just this invisible funnel concept, plug it in, and instantly start making money. Okay, make your money back in hours. Okay, Brittany, before the event was even over, she'd made her money back 10 times over or more. Now, if you don't have a list, that's all right. You're not going to be able. There's no way you can get results this big this quickly if you don't have a list. Okay, I want to be completely transparent and honest. You can't. But I promise you that if you use this concept and you structure it the way that we're talking about from day one, it's going to get you a lot closer to the results you want a lot faster. Okay, I can promise you guys that. All right, so there's some case studies, people who use the invisible funnel. we've got file cabinets full of other people. Some of the top gurus in the world, including Rich Schefrin, have modeled it and used it and had success with it, all the way down to people who have no businesses. In fact, one of the businesses I'm in, some of you guys may know this, I'm in the couponing business. We did an event, and we had about 100 women in the audience, and we were handing out $1 coupons for craft dressing, and we had a fist fight between 2 80-year-old women fighting over a $1 coupon. Okay, this is in the audience who does not want to buy anything. They're fighting over a $1 coupon, yet we did the invisible funnel, and sure enough, we were able to make it profitable. Okay, it's the first thing we're able to do in that market to actually make money because it's a cool way to sell your audience without selling them anything. Okay, that's why the invisible funnel is so awesome. All right, so that's step number 2. So I've already shared with you step number 1, the free plus shipping offer. Step number 2 is doing the invisible funnel style webinar as your immediate upsell. And step number 3, this is kind of what I like to call the black box. Okay, it's a simple 2-page funnel that you add to the end of any of your sales funnels, but especially the black box funnel, and it allows you to sell super high ticket stuff without feeling like a used car salesman. Okay, I don't know about you guys, I don't like the feeling of being that cheesy salesman or saleswoman. Okay, I like sharing really cool stuff, sharing value, giving case studies, just doing awesome stuff. And if you do that the right way, which we will show you, you do it the right way, that'll turn into a lot of money for you. Okay, now this little black box, this little 2-step funnel that I'm talking about here, you can literally plug it into almost any business. Just tag it to the end of it, and instantly cash will come in. Okay, we added it to the back of one of our little businesses, and this was the very first 30 days after we attached it. It's a 2-step funnel. It does not take a million people to run or anything. It's a very simple thing. You plug it in the back of any of your sales funnels, and the very first 30 days we did $190,000. As you can see right here, in the last 7 days we did $67,500 just by adding these little 2 steps to the back of one of my sales funnels. Okay. Now again, I want to reference you guys. This is not, these numbers are big. It's something that we did. I don't think you're going to get even remotely close to similar results to this. But I promise you guys, if you add this to the end of any of your sales funnels, you will see an immediate lift from day number 1. Okay, and that's kind of what the black box is. And that's where we get this black box funnel from, you guys. Again, it's 3 steps: free plus shipping, buyer magnet, an invisible funnel, and then a takeaway application. Now, my goal today is not to sell you on this black box funnel concept. It works plain and simple. And I'd bet that if you let me set this up in your business, well, for the right company, it could literally double your business overnight. I know it did for mine. So I have a question for you. Would you want me to set up your black box funnel with you? Look, I'm pretty sure that I've stumbled over, for lack of a better phrase, the next big thing. In fact, I believe that this new twist on marketing, positioning, and selling will completely revolutionize the way that people in our community make money, instantly allowing you to get more customers, dramatically raise your prices with zero resistance, and to work less than ever before. And I'm basing this on my own personal experience because that's exactly what happened in my own business. Now, with that said, I'm thinking about doing a major launch to teach this new system on a global scale. But before I do, I need to know if it's likely to work for everyone like it has for me and for those who have tested it with me so far. And I figured the best way to find out for sure was to roll up our sleeves, get on the phone with some really cool people, walk you through it, and see how it'll work for you. Now, hopefully you'll make a ton of money and you'll want to participate in the launch when we do it. But here's the catch. Well, actually, this doesn't really even count as a real catch. That just sounded really good, and that's why I couldn't really help myself. So there's really no catch. But here are a few conditions you need to be aware of. First, over the next 30-day period that we're doing this test, we can only work with 15 people. Now, I've got a pretty good-sized team, but we can only do so much. So we're capping it off at 15. So there's no real explanation needed on that one, right? Now, second, you've got to be a cool person to actually work with. Life is way too short to work with people you don't like, and so we have a very simple application process to find out if you're cool, teachable, and to make sure we think that you've got what it takes to be one of our successful case studies for our launch. So here's the deal. First, when you finish this video, you need to scroll down and click on the application button down below. Do you see it? Cool. So when you click on that, it's going to open up a very simple application that's going to ask you a few questions about your business, how you think you could use the black box funnel, and so on. Now, after you fill out that form, one of my coaches on my team will give you a call to see if you're going to be a good fit. And when they do, one of 2 things will happen. Scenario number 1, and I believe that this is the most likely to occur. You're going to say, holy crap, this is amazing, and I'm going to make a fortune. And then we're going to start working together with my team to build out your first black box funnel. Now, scenario number 2, which is kind of unlikely, is you're going to say something like, man, this isn't as cool as I was hoping it was going to be. And so in the unlikely event that scenario number 2 occurs, I'll have my coach send you my best product. And I'm not going to reveal the name of it right here, right now. But if you did, you'd recognize it and you'd know that it currently sells online for $997. But you're going to get it for free, no strings attached, as my way of saying thank you for applying and taking your time to talk to my team. That's how confident I am that what I've uncovered really is the missing link. Now, you're either going to be totally amazed or you're going to get a $997 gift for your time. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to knock your socks off. So here's what you're going to do next. Fill out the application form down below. Once we receive your information, we're going to contact you probably within the same day to set up a time to talk. Now, notice number 1, this offer expires this week. You need to take advantage of it now. Notice number 2 is you're going to need to be available for your strategy session within the next 3 days after you request it. If not, then you'll forfeit your slot. And notice number 3, this video is going out to over 350,000 people on my list, and the strategy sessions are awarded on a first come, first served basis, so make sure you sign up immediately. And with that said, you and I both know that the available slots will be reserved very, very fast. So if you're interested at all, then fill out the form below right now. Thanks a lot for helping with our research, and I'm confident you're going to love this, and I look forward to talking with you soon.